जुल्फिकार शाह साहब, शादी जरा आगे आए थोड़ा सा. आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू टू प्लीज बी इन द फ्रंट सीट्स. ये सर मैटर है ऑफ एक्सट्रीम इंपॉर्टेंस. मैं आप सबकी तवज्जो का तालिब हूं. और बिफोर आई कुड प्रोनाउंस दिस रूलिंग इट विल हैव सीरियस कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस. उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस इन वर्ड. कल सर तशरीफ रखेंगे? नहीं सर, मैं अभी ये करने के बाद दूंगा, इजाजत दें. इन वर्ड एंड इन लेटर एंड इन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, इसके तीनों के कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस हैं सीरियस कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस. अब हुआ यह है कि नॉट ऑन वन अकाउंट, ऑन मल्टीपल अकाउंट्स जो फंक्शन आइन ने इस हाउस को तफवीज किया था, जो आपका फंक्शन था, टैक्सेशन का फंक्शन था, जो सिर्फ और सिर्फ रिप्रेजेंटेशन के राइट से क्रिएट करता है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आइन क्रिएट करता है. नीदर आई एम एनीबडी टू मेक अ प्रोनाउंसमेंट आउट ऑफ माई विम, nor this house can take that role by itself. This is a constitutional mandate. It has to be respected the way it has been said in the Constitution. Not more, not less. We can't go beyond the mandate of the Constitution. और ये mandate इस house का somehow was being exercised by those bodies which are not authorized to use that. So hence, the motion moved by Sayyid Zulfikar Ali Shah Sahab and the point of order again raised by Sayyid Zulfikar Ali Shah Sahab, ruling on validity of rate altering notifications under Section 11, Punjab Agricultural Income Tax Act 1997, effect of non-laying before the Assembly under Article 77 and 127 of the Constitution. On 15th of September 2025, Mr. Zulfikar Ali Shah MPA, PP 96, Chairperson Standing Committee on Agriculture, moved a privilege motion 83/2025 in the House, asserting that the government revised the rates of agricultural income tax through notification numbers 147 2025 233 RS2 such and such sections dated 5 March 2025, but failed to lay them before this assembly at the time of presentation of annual budget for financial year 2025-26 in June 2025. As required under Section 11(2) of the Punjab Agricultural Income Tax Act 1997, a further notification dated 10 September 2025 purports to bring the revised regime into effect from 1 July 2025. I referred the motion to the Committee on Privileges and reserved my ruling. Two questions arise. Number one, whether Section 11 of the Punjab Agricultural Income Tax Act 1997 imposes a statutory obligation upon the government to lay the rates related rules before the Assembly at the time of presentation of annual budget, and whether the constitutional scheme of parliamentary control over taxation vesting authority in the House has been respected. Constitutional scheme. The Constitution of Islamic Republic of Pakistan is unequivocal. Article 77, read with Article 127, declares that no tax shall be levied save by or under the authority of an act of legislature. In the present case, this Assembly. The Punjab Agricultural Income Tax Act 1997 underwent substantial amendments vide Act 25 of 24, while making the enabling provisions for altering the rates of agricultural income tax through rules. The said Amendment Act obligated the government to lay before this House at the time of presentation of annual budget any of such rules made during a financial year, legislative intent of the Act of 2024 was to ensure that the rates of agricultural income tax, quintessentially legislative, remain subject to the financial supervision of the Assembly, amended Section 11 of the said Act as follows. The government may frame rules to carry out the purpose of this Act. Any amendment made in the rules to the extent of the rates of the agricultural income tax during financial year under subsection shall be laid in Provincial Assembly of the Punjab at the time of presentation of the annual budget for the next financial year. This House controls taxation and public finance as a constitutional safeguard, not just as a technicality. Executive rate changes that bypass this House erode accountability and offend Article 77. The courts have upheld this principle in WorldCall Telecom case, and in many other cases. The Lahore High Court held that a statutory duty to lay tax altering notifications at the next budget is mandatory, not ornamental. Failure to comply renders such notifications null and void as well as of no effect at all. In the case of Mr. Zafar Iqbal Jhagda versus Federation of Pakistan, the Supreme Court of Pakistan ruled that the executive could not alter GST by notification since Article 77 reserves the power exclusively for the legislature. It follows that notifications never having been laid before this assembly are void ab initio, considered as never been passed. Any assessment or collection at the revised rates is without lawful authority. The power to levy taxes is the most quintessential function of an elected legislature. The bedrock of the social compact between state and the citizen. A citizen submits to a tax because those who represent him in this House have authorized it. This is what distinguishes a lawful imposition from an executive execution. Article 77 and 127 are therefore not only procedural formalities, they are the constitutional embodiment of the principle that the burden of taxation requires the consent of the taxed expressed through their elected representatives in assembly. Delegation of rate-making power to the executive is constitutionally permissible, but delegation is not abdication. Such power must be exercised strictly within the conditions Parliament has imposed, including the mandatory requirement to lay rate-altering rules before this Assembly at budget time. The legislature retains oversight. It does not surrender sovereignty. An executive that withholds rate-altering notifications from the Assembly at budget times does not exercise delegated power. It usurps legislative power. That usurpation is constitutionally impermissible. As far as the jurisdiction of the Speaker and the parliamentary privilege, the Speaker is the guardian of the constitutional rights, privileges, and financial sovereignty of this House. Financial privilege, the exclusive right of the elected legislature to authorize, scrutinize, and control all taxation, is among the most ancient and jealously guarded privileges of any parliament or assembly in a democratic system of government. Any executive act that displaces or bypasses this oversight constitutes a breach of privilege, and the Speaker has an inherent jurisdiction to so declare and to determine the legal consequences that follow. This jurisdiction is not self-arrogated. It inheres in the office as a necessary incident of Speaker's duty to protect the House's constitutional prerogatives. This ruling operates within the domain of a parliamentary privilege and constitutional principle. It binds the House and constitutes a definitive statement of Assembly's constitutional position on the validity of the notifications. It is complementary and not in derogation of the jurisdiction of the superior courts. Citizens who have been subjected to tax, assessments or demands that at the wide rates may seek appropriate relief from competent courts. This ruling provides the constitutional foundation for all such reliefs and applications. It is hereby declared that under Article 77 and 127 of the Constitution, the power of the taxation vests exclusively in this Assembly and may not be displaced by an executive action, and that Section 11(2) of the Punjab Agricultural Income Tax Act 1997 imposes a mandatory condition, not a directory requirement, upon exercise of delegated power to alter rates of agricultural income tax. B. Notifications number 147/2025 233 and 148 of 2025 234 RS2 dated 5 March 2025 and the notification dated 10 September 2025 purporting to give them effect are illegal, unconstitutional and void ab initio for want of laying before this Assembly at the time of presentation for the financial year 2025 budget in violation of Section 11(2) of Punjab Agricultural Income Tax Act 1997. Read with Article 177 and 127, they are treated as never having had legal existence, and any assessment, demand, or collection of agricultural income tax at the revised rates is equally without lawful authority. Non-laying of said notification constitutes a breach of privilege of this House and a violation of Assembly's exclusive constitutional prerogative over taxation. The following directions are hereby given. Excise and Taxation Department shall immediately suspend all assessments, demands and enforcements proceedings at the revised rates. The government shall within 15 days table certified copies of the notifications dated 5/3/2025 and 10/9/2025 a compliance statement explaining the non-discharge of Section 11(2) at the financial year 2025-26 budget and any legal opinion obtained on that matter. The matter is referred to the Committee on Law Reforms and Delegated Legislation to inquire into the circumstances of non-laying, assess the fiscal impact on the taxpayer, identify responsibility, and recommend legislative and administrative safeguards. The committee shall report to the House within 1 month. Any future rate altering rule under Section 11(1) shall be laid before this Assembly at the time of presentation of budget and shall not take effect until so laid. The government may bring the fresh rate altering rules in compliance with Section 11(2) at the next annual budget. The Secretariat shall communicate this direction forthwith to the Finance Department of the Punjab and Revenue Authority. Thank you. یہ اس کی ایک کاپی خالد صاحب I would request that please circulate the copy on all benches on the seat of every member.